I had to sit there and ask myself, like, why? Someone that really calls themselves my best friend, they're not going to entertain someone who calls me harm. So I had to really realize that, and it really hurt, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I was trying to hold on to what was, and ignoring everything that it is. And I was the one that was getting hurt. I don't think she gave a fuck. Anybody got anything to?
Thank you
Anybody
for
got
joining
anything to
us.
say?
We have an open discussion.
I think her name is Arbery or Audrey. Oh, him. Sorry. Him. He said that he likes our points, and this also can apply to family. Sometimes you got to cut them off because they could be poison as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. To me, family don't make you blood. Like, blood don't make you family. I meant to say blood don't make you family. And sometimes they don't mean you well. They could be the one that caused the most harm because you expect your family to have your back. You expect your family to be the ones that care, that give a fuck out of anybody in this world. And unfortunately, sometimes it's not so. There's a lot of jealousy in family.
Because they see your growth, they see what you came from, and they see what you are starting to turn into, they see what you become, and then they start to fall off because they're not able to do the same things.
Yeah. Sometimes they with you when you in the bad and you in the ghetto and you ain't got shit because they were higher than you, and now that you're growing past them, they don't like it. Sad to say, but yeah, the same standards do fall for family.
It's any type of relationship dynamics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, any type of relationship can basically have that, you know. When you get to that point to where you're growing apart, you have to really make an assessment of, are you going to put in the effort to keep this around? And that, again, that's with any type of relationship. That's with a friendship. That's with a sibling relationship. That's with a husband and a wife. You know what I'm saying? Because that actually happens. And that's why I caution a lot of couples that want to do things like maybe get married at a certain point of their life where they're real young. I say I got married at around 18 and 19 years old. And by about 25 to 30, things were starting to go different, because what everybody think they'd do at a young age, when they get grown and they start to face the music, it's not always going to be that. And a lot of times people will change up on you. That's why it's real important to do some major communication and be patient with the relationships that you're actually getting in. Be patient not to move too fast before that person has really found themselves and actually started to settle in life, because you never know what's to come when they get to those certain ages.
Okay, Galvin, if I'm pronouncing it right, Galivin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. He had said, "What do you do when your parents disown you just because you're gay, and you're just thrown into the world?" How old are you, sweetheart? 18. Okay. If you don't mind my asking, when did you come out? At 16. So did you grow up like, his parents emancipated him? They're Catholic. They said that he's going to go to hell and they would not tolerate it in his house. He tried to arrange a marriage. Where are you from? India. Okay. It does. I mean, I'm so sorry that you went through that. Are you still in India now? No. They are currently at Fort Worth military base. Is a military base there? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your service to our country. He said he just joined the military. He doesn't have nobody. Everyone in his family wrote him off. How do you deal with that? Um,
That's true. She said,
At this point, family, that may be your blood family and your biological family, but family is what you make it. You can go about things. This is you're 18, you're grown, so this is your life, and you're gonna form different. Life is about finding your tribe. So you very young, and you got a lot of life to live, as we all. So you have got to accept yourself and accept it in full and make your own way. I feel for you that your family, wasn't accepting of something that you can't change. I'm pretty sure if you could change it, you would try to change it to fit into society, but you will be miserable. You got to be free, and you got to live your life, and that's up to you and your God or whoever you pray to or however you live your life. You have got to continue on the path that and your goals are what you want to achieve. But you got to get out there and find community so that you can find a sense of belonging. Because everybody needs somebody. You can, and you're in the military, and you can find and go into different family groups on different social media. You can join different, just join different family. And I know within the gay community, that they have different how ballrooms started. They had houses, and you joined in those when people left their family or wasn't accepted. But find your own way. You just got to find your own way.
all I have to say on the subject, for the most part, is by personal experience. Sometimes the people that you meet along the way will become more family than those that you actually grow up with. Because, again, it's just like a relationship that grows apart. You got to put yourself and be around people that are growing in the same direction, on the same road, and the same path as you are. So it's going to take patience, because you don't want to go and put yourself up under anybody, because you can subject yourself to somebody that might not be, that it might not have your, interest at best. But be patient with it. Live your life. Do what you have to do. And those people that need to be in your life will be dropped in your life. And you just can go on from there. Because I've had to do that myself for the most part. At a young age, I was very mature-minded. At a young age, I was very secure and direct in what I wanted to do. And for those family and everything like that wasn't on that same path, they got to the point to where they were looking up to me. Because that's just how it is. And now I have a family around me that's completely different than those that I grew up with. But sometimes it actually just works like that. So that's what you want to do.
I seen your response as KC was talking. So basically, what he had put in the chat was, he said it's very frowned upon to be a gay man in India, and he is Muslim, and they forced him to have sex with a prostitute at 16, and the community watched, and they cast stones, and basically the whole village mocked and disowned him. Baby, I'm so sorry that you went through that at 16, or just in life, period. Like, that shit is sad. Like, it's making me want to cry. Like, that's, I advise you to get therapy. What is your religion? Do you still practice being Muslim? I'm not asking. He said Muslim is what he was raised in. Do you? He said he doesn't have a religion right now.
But at the same time, if he's in Fort Hood, then he doesn't have India right now either.
Yeah. He said he feels really lost. This is his first time listening to our podcast. Well, thank you. He just feels really lost. He doesn't know what to do. He just wants someone to love him. Honestly, I would get therapy and try to find a religion or a belief that fits you, because you need something that's going to ground you. And I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm so sorry. I don't think anyone should be subjected to floggings and having stones thrown at them or being forced. I don't know if it's illegal in India, but I know it's illegal here to force a 16-year-old to have sex with a prostitute. And I'm so sorry. He said that the military you're mandated to have therapy, so that's good. Be honest with your therapist. And if you don't trust that therapist, find someone that you do trust, that you can talk to. And I'm sorry that your story is heartbreaking. I'm really sorry that you went through that. But I can tell you, like, there's nothing but love over here. I couldn't imagine. I don't care if my son was gay, rainbow, straight, unicorn, or a sidewalk. I'm going to love my child regardless. And I'm sorry you didn't have that. But like KC said, you're going to meet people in your life and you're going to form a family that's not necessarily blood. But I know for a fact Texas has a huge gay community. There's gay. Try to find a support group. I'm pretty sure there's support groups for people that have similar situations to you. He got a what?
Find his tribe. He has to
Yeah.
know where the black community is. Because the thing is, we can all sympathize, but they don't understand him more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we can sympathize to return black and good, but we know the stories and we have family members. But to not be able to continuously to relate as a gay man, a gay woman themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He has to have someone that has those same trauma.
Yeah.
And has overcome the trauma.
Yeah.
And is in close relationship with somebody.
Try to find a mentor.
Yeah.
Be careful who you trust as well. Don't just go out there because my thing is I know that you're looking for love, but don't be so desperate to find it that you fall into the hands of a predator or a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Be patient, love yourself first, and those things will come.
Yeah, all the love that you didn't get or receive and that you feel that you need, you give that to yourself. Each and every day, little things, you give it to yourself. All the love that you feel that you lost or you didn't receive as a kid, you just give that to yourself and you build your own, all the love languages that you feel that you have, give it to yourself first before you can allow anybody in your space to give it to you. So once you build up yourself, and it's hard to, I understand you feel lost, but you can't receive, you're not going to be able to receive that if you don't give it to yourself first. So, again, work on that part of giving it all that love that you really desire and need. Cater to your inner child again, and give that to yourself. And then once you feel a bit whole, you go out and you mingle within the community that you're looking for.
And one thing I do want to say is you have to forgive your parents and all the people that did that to you. And it's not for them. It's for you, because if you don't, you're going to carry this burden and you're going to carry anger in your heart, and anger is a slow poison and it's detrimental to your health. Like she said, you have to find someone that's been through that situation. It's kind of like trauma bonding, but you want to do that in a healthy environment. That it's no problem. He said, "Thank you, guys. It's no problem. We don't judge over here. We don't judge."